Hey guys, Mars Thinking here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so we had a data download on JP that has brought the information for the two EZAs that we should be getting. I think they're on both versions. And then of course the stuff for Gohan as well. So a couple of things. This card is in the files. I don't know whether this is going to be like this year's version of a Santa Roshi, or if this is going to be an actual card you can use. I don't think they've done a Christmas one before, but obviously we have had Halloween cards for the last few years. So it could be a usable card. I wouldn't be surprised if it was just another new version of the Santa Roshi though. But we finally get to see all the arts for Gohan. So we've obviously seen the LR one already. This is the TUR art, so he is already a Super Saiyan 2. And then this is the SSR arts. This is what you'll be looking out for during your summons. And the exciting thing about this is he is Super Saiyan 1 in his summonable form. So if we open up the Gohan page here, go down to Super Saiyan, we do have, where is it? It's this one right here. The farmable one from the Bojack event. Now obviously that event is up on JP at the moment because of the Bojack Dokkan Fest. I don't think it's up on Global, so potentially it will go up when this banner comes out, or if it doesn't, I guess you will have to use keys. Or if you still have some and you can't be bothered to farm them, you could buy these if you have any left in the barbershop to buy. I guess that would be a way to get around some farming, because it's been a long time since I farmed any of these Gohans, but he doesn't have the best drop rate if I remember rightly. And of course you do need to awaken him up to SSR, and then you only get the 50% chance, whereas you could buy a bunch of these guys, awaken him up to UR, and then you would get the 100% chance to awaken him. But let's move on to the EZAs. So we do have the details for these guys now. The details are already up on the wiki. Shout out to Goresh. I know he posted the translations pretty much straight away. So obviously these guys are the next Hero Extermination event ones. They've got an all types 3 key and 60% lead. I think that's the same as the Majin Vegeta and the Fat Boo. So I don't know if this is the first time we've seen this actually as a super attack effect. He greatly raises attack and raises defense. So he stacks both, but they're not equal. Like normally we see greatly raises attack and defense, or we see raises attack and defense. So they are actually split. So it's greatly raises attack and then raises defense. So he still infinitely stacks both, which is really good. Obviously in long form events he's going to be able to get up to that sort of level of defense where he just can't take damage. And then he's also greatly raising his attack, so his attack is going to get insanely high by the end of those kind of events as well. His passive attack and defense 70%, plus an additional attack 50% when performing a super attack with 3 or more key spheres, performs a crit with 5 or more key spheres. So the way that's worded, it says when performing a super attack with 3 or more key spheres obtained. So if you only pick up 3 orbs of him, but he isn't supering, then you don't get that attack bonus by the sounds of it. Whereas this last part, it just says performs a crit with 5 or more orbs obtained. So, and they do have to be AGL as well, just to clarify. So in this instance, even if you could pick up 5 orbs and, well actually, let's be fair, you're only going to run him under 3 key leads, aren't you, at the worst. So if you pick up 3 AGL orbs, he gets 6 key anyway. So actually that works out well. It's annoying that it's only AGL, I guess, for certain rotations, but it does mean you are going to be guaranteed supering. And you get that extra little bit of an attack bonus as well as a guaranteed crit as well. So this plays really well off of his super attack effect, because obviously you want to give him as much additionals as possible so he can get those extra stacks. And so then the fact that he can do guaranteed crits is very, very good. So he's not crazy powerful, but I do think that's very good. The AGL spheres only is kind of limiting, but I do think that he is very good. And remember, of course, even though he doesn't have prepared for battle, he has shocking speed, over in a flash, and shattering the limit. So he can fit well onto most of the teams that he's on quite easily. But then the interesting one really is the Gohan, right? So Super Saiyan Gohan Teen. So we've still got this page open. Where is Super Saiyan Gohan Teen? So who is his big competition? Unfortunately, this guy, the STR support unit, is one of the best super type support units. So he definitely has some solid competition. But he seems very, very good. So he raises defense for 1 turn and causes supreme damage to the enemy. So that's nothing too crazy, but decent amount of defense, I guess. And then attack 120 and defense 60% when performing a super attack. So that coupled with the fact that he raises defense on super as well, he needs to be in slot 2 or 3 essentially. And then he gets an additional attack and defense 30%, medium chance to perform a crit, and medium chance to evade enemy attacks, including super attacks, for the rest of the battle after performing 3 super attacks. So this is what's really interesting. I saw Goresh tweet this as well, and I absolutely agree with what he was saying. This is like a new thing that we haven't seen before, right? So once the unit has super attacked 3 times, that he now gets attack and defense 30%, medium chance to crit, medium chance to dodge for the whole of the rest of the event. So if you take him into a long form event, that's it, he's good to go. So if you get lucky with an additional super attack in turn 1 or 2, then that's it. After 2 turns, he's already fully maxed out, and then worst case scenario, it takes 3 turns. So when you couple that all together, obviously attack and defense 30%, he'll get that at the start of the turn. It's probably still not good enough for him to be taking hits, so you probably still want him in slot 2. But then once all of that has stacked up, that's going to make for some pretty decent numbers overall. And then of course, being a Gohan, he is on a lot of these really good teams, including Siblings Bond, Kamehameha. He's on Boo Saga, even though I think from the artwork, I'm pretty sure this is Gohan from the second Broly movie. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't think he doesn't have a farmable super attack, does he? Yeah, no, none of these. There's a couple of summonable SRs, but none of them are free to play. But this is obviously super exciting because we always want them to try and come up with new and interesting stuff. And most of the time you would expect them to save that kind of thing for like a big ticket EZA, right? Like a 120 leader, or just, you know, a secondary unit off of a banner, like we've seen with when Gogeta got his EZA. The 2 blue Gokus both have a new sort of thing where you have to have everyone else on the rotation either in the same category or the same color typing for the tech blue Goku. But of course they are older units that are, you know, fairly solid summonable units, and their EZAs are really good. Like the blue Goku is insanely good. So he's the kind of unit we would almost expect to get an EZA with like a high level, you know, like adding some new stuff, because obviously he Dokkan awakens from medals from a Dokkan Fest event. Whereas a lot of the Hero Extermination unit EZAs that we've seen so far have been good, but they haven't been anything super crazy. Like you think about like Majin Vegeta, the physical Fat Boo, who like his EZA is really, really good, but they didn't really do anything like groundbreakingly different or interesting. So it's interesting to see them giving what is essentially like a new... I don't want to say new mechanic, because it is very straightforward. It's just once you've super attacked 3 times, then you get this extra thing. But that's really good, right? Because this opens up a whole new way of doing some of these abilities. I don't know what's going on with the screen there. But, and yeah, I think Goresh worded it in the tweet that I saw. He said like quest passives, in the sense that you have to complete like the steps in order to actually get the full thing unlocked. And I think that's a potential, like that's a really exciting thing to have, right? Like they could do this in so many different ways. They could have it be based on the unit attacking, based on the unit taking hits. Because if you think, that's what they did for the AGL Hercule, right? He has to take hits a certain number of times, and then he exchanges into the Boo. So this is an interesting thing that they can start to do with units. Obviously we saw it that first time around, it was an exchange, and that worked quite nicely for that Hercule and Boo card. But this I actually really, really like, the fact that he gets a little bit of a buff, as well as picking up the chance to crit and dodge, which, I mean, both of those abilities are obviously very useful. And they will roll separately, so they stack separately on top of anything that you've given him from his hidden potential system. So this guy actually has the potential to be really, really good. Like if he's Rainbow and Link level 10, I'm going to be really interested to see the kind of numbers that he hits once you get his full passive to activate. So again, if these EZAs do come out for global with the release of the Gohan stuff, yeah, I think I might have to throw this guy and maybe even the KAIOKEN Goku onto my link leveling team like straight away. So let me know what you guys think of these EZAs. What other sort of things do you think they could add as these like step up sort of passives where you have to complete a certain objective in order to actually get the boosts? Because I think the potential for this is like pretty limitless. They could do all sorts of crazy stuff. So let me know what you guys think they could do with these, because I think we could see some exciting stuff coming in the future. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. Just wanted to go through this quick bit of information. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the link to my Discord in the description. Feel free to join in the fun over there, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.